you can see here from the diagram that this is slightly below his shoulder. And for most car seats, you are looking at the child's shoulder perpendicular to the seat shell, the surface in which the child's head and back are laying on. For most car seats rear-facing as well, you want to have at least 1 inch of seat shell from the top of the child's head to the top of that hard plastic portion of the car seat. That is a requirement that helps during that crash event to keep the child contained within that seat. So as you look at your car seats and see maximum weight capacities, maximum height capacities, there are other fit requirements. And sometimes children may outgrow a seat in one area before they completely outgrow all of the others. So they might become too tall in overall length before they actually outgrow the car seat in weight. And that is, if you think of that relative to the data that when you take your child to the doctors and they tell you that they're in the 86th percentile weight-wise and maybe 75th percentile height-wise, chances are that child would outgrow a car seat by weight before it would by height. So there, if that helps with relativity there at all.
Why do the harness straps need to be above the shoulders when you forward face?
Forward facing is a little bit different than rear facing. In the most common type of crash, which is currently the only crash that Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards are required to test to, but you want to hold the child down in the car seat and not have their back slide up that seat shell. In forward facing, in that frontal impact, you want to not compress their spine by having the harness above it when that force is applied. So you just want to hold them back in the seat shell. So when we take that convertible seat and we move it or convert it forward facing, some car seats have different functions or actions that you need to take with that car seat to use it to go from rear-facing use to forward-facing use. You want to use or turn the seat forward-facing once the child has completely outgrown those rear-facing capacities. And again, continue to use the seat forward-facing with the internal harness until the maximum weight provided by that particular seat. Again, we have car seats on the market today through a broad range of manufacturers and a very broad range of maximum weight capacities. Again, each car seat will fit each child differently depending on how they have developed anthropometrically, being that weight and height and what percentile that they fall in. So when we go forward facing, you want that harness height to be at or above their shoulders, which I think here in a minute we have a slide. So with the Britax convertible lineup, we offer 5 different convertibles at this current time: the Roundabout 55, Marathon 70, Boulevard 70, Boulevard 70 CS, and the Advocate 70 CS. You can see the weight capacities. They're all 5 to 40 pounds rear facing. The Roundabout 55 does have harness slots versus the other 4 platforms offer a no rethread harness system. Pointing that out in the Britax line, one of the important things you want to keep in mind when you select your next car seat is that it's very important that we focus on the features of the car seat, or you as the consumer, focus on the features of the car seat and how easy they are for you to use. It's important that you're able to use them with ease because you're going to do this every day, and we want to make sure that you can use it correctly each and every time for the safest transport of your child. Moving on in the forward-facing, there is another type of seat known as the combination seat. And these types of seats are typically or are only forward-facing. So you would use this after a convertible seat typically. And they come with an internal harness. We'll have a fairly wide range of harness capacities. And then the harness can be removed on some, stored on others, and you use it as a booster seat. The Frontier 85 starts at a minimum of 2 years of age and 25 pounds up to 85 pounds. We made that choice to go with 2 years, simply supporting that that 1-year-old and 20-pound child does not come out of a high-weight infant carrier and go straight forward-facing. We hope that they remain rear-facing, being best practice in that high-weight convertible, and then eventually move into a higher-weight harnessed seat. And again, there are several other combination seats on the market by other manufacturers that are 50, 65 pounds, and the Frontier with an 85-pound capacity.
Sarah, sorry.
Go ahead.
When you forward face, how much of a recline do you have to have on your seat, or can you have on your seat?
Recline forward-facing is optional. Or it's an optional design that may or may not be built into the specific car seat that you use. So not all convertibles offer a recline option. Some of them have one specific position when you install it forward-facing. So if you travel a lot, your child maybe sleeps in the car a lot, that might be a feature when you're looking for that convertible to see if the one you're considering has any forward-facing recline options.
Great, thank you.
So forward-facing, the harness straps should be positioned at or slightly above the child's shoulders. And here is an example from the Britax convertibles. And because we do offer a recline position or a second position during forward-facing installation, we are always looking parallel to the ground. So off the child's shoulders, parallel to the ground, the harness should be in that gray area in the diagram, which truly relates to at or slightly above the shoulders, depending on whichever position is most appropriate, that's closest to being at and slightly above.